You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Hello and welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
And I'm Kyle.
I am Nick.
And we're joined with David Mair, filmmaker. Today we're going to be talking about Predator Badlands. This is the non-spoiler segment.
The first thing that I always like to do in these is talk about how we saw them. And I was sitting next to both of them, so I know how they saw it. You brought your entire family, including your 13-year-old youngest daughter.
Yeah, well, not my entire family, because my oldest daughter, she's 19. She's at college right now, so she could not join us. She would have had she been.
She's watching this with her friends right now at the in the dorm.
Right.
Hey, you want to see my dad on a podcast?
Yeah, it'd be a very, very cool thing to do. Yeah, so I brought my 19-year-old daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, and my wife. My 13-year-old does not like a lot of violence.
Oh,
wow. It's a very violent movie.
Yeah. However, I'm trying to not be spoilers about it, but
there's no
human carnage whatsoever in this movie, nor is there, as far as I can remember, any red blood in the entire movie either.
Nope.
So she was fairly unfazed by the gratuitous violence that she witnessed during the movie.
I was confused because the preview for this came up before Fantastic Four, and I had brought my 4-year-old to Fantastic Four, and so now they know the Predator with the mask off looks like...
Yeah.
And let's have an honest conversation. It's not a spoiler. Do they chew with the outside things and then the inside things, or just one or the other?
I would guess that I mean, well, if they thought about this when they designed it, which maybe they didn't, they just want to do something weird and cool.
Yeah.
But it seems like the outer ones would be more for like grabbing.
Yeah, holding the food.
And then the inner mouth is more for chewing.
But you could use the like mandible things to like rip stuff up to eat it into
and then
get
chew it with your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I guess. So
yeah,
I thought both when they asked. It's asked in the movie, and the movie doesn't answer the question.
Why? It's not a spoiler, but do they have a nose? Because I didn't think they would, given how
they have like
weird,
holes for
the
nose area and for the ear area.
Yeah, it looked weird, and I didn't think they would have a nose.
Do they have it? Well, do either of you wonder if a predator has a nose?
I've never...
Well, he sniffed at some part in the movie. He was breathing with his nose at some point.
I've never lost sleep over it.
Yeah, neither have I, but I'm just reading it.
There could be like some holes that we can't really see that are sort of beneath his upper lip or anything else, for that matter.
It's kind of gross.
It's like where the little man in the boat is at the top of the...
Yeah, exactly.
I think that...
Or maybe, maybe the ear holes also can sense...
It's like a cloaca, except with...
yeah, like an ear cloaca.
Yeah, because it can hear and smell. It has two functions.
Yeah.
I feel like, because you've seen probably the original design, like from the first, like almost like a red praying mantis thing.
Yeah.
That Jean-Claude Van Damme was like, I think, playing. Yeah. I think maybe just anything was better than that. Like, so cloaca, nose cloaca, ear cloaca.
Well, how do we feel about the design of Deck? The main character's name is Deck.
Yeah.
I
had no problems with that.
When it first came out, people were like, "Oh, this looks like a hipster predator," or
hipster.
Yeah,
Why?
he's gonna write some new beats for me or something.
Wow.
Like some people, this is not me. I'm representing. People are saying that this predator doesn't look as cool as previous predators, and I'm just asking for the sake of. We don't have... Honestly, I thought their dreads were smoother than I expected. That was my initial, that's weird.
Yeah.
They probably kind of smoothed him over a little bit and made him look a little less scary than other past predators. Like he didn't have as many spikes or like hairy bristles or contrasty color patterns.
Yeah, like melanomas on the skin and stuff. Like,
there's a little bit of that, but like the original one had pretty like white and red, if I remember right. And like actually, the best part of Predator 2 is at the very end when a whole bunch of other predators emerge and they all have kind of their unique look, sort of inspired by like reptiles and things like that.
Yeah.
So he did have a more neutral color palette, and probably because his one we're supposed to
relate to more than past Predators.
Possible. Yeah, and like you've seen The Predator, Shane Black's 2018 movie?
Honestly, I don't think I did.
Oh man. Okay. That's
If
okay.
I did, it was so not memorable that I don't remember it.
I saw it as you know how like the night before you get married, you're supposed to go out with a bunch of dudes and like
Bachelor party?
Yeah,
Or
bachelor
something?
party.
Yeah.
My bachelor party the night before I got married was my wedding party and one of the guy's girlfriends going and watching Predator because she wanted to come with us. It was like, because the night before we had done like a pedal cab, like both sets,
Okay.
like, and so we gave ourselves a day to recover instead of the recovery day being the wedding, and then because it was rehearsal dinner, groom's dinner, all that, and then groom doing whatever before the wedding was, let's go watch Predator and then get a good night's sleep.
Wow. You guys party hard.
Yes, we did. Nick saw me the next day.
Oh, that's right.
He was at the wedding, and so I have that special place in my heart for The
Predator.
Predator, a movie that greatly disappointed that if you saw, you don't remember. Nick argued. Oh, sorry.
I must not have seen it because I feel like I would at least.
Is it the one with the armor at the end where the scientist puts on the armor, or is that something else?
The one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
okay.
okay. That's the only thing I remember about the Predator, is that Predator killer armor that shows up at the end for some reason. Yeah.
To fight the Super Predator, because it's like a Super Predator.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you? Because the thing I'm trying to like have a debate about, which I feel we'll have to do briefly because David hasn't seen The Predator, is that I think that movie blows in comparison to Predators. 2010. Did you see 2010's Predators?
I think
Adrian
so.
Brody?
That was one where there was like all these assassins who are put on some planet.
A hunting planet.
Yeah, yeah,
And the Predators are hunting the people.
yeah.
But then the people turn out to be the monsters. One of them is specifically. Adrian Brody's in it.
Yeah.
Topher Grace.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins. I can't name anyone else off the top of my head. But I've wanted to win this argument for Nick that I thought was going to come out on this, which is apparently isn't, is that Predators is better than The Predator.
I was planning to try to watch them all, but I just didn't have time to watch them all prior to this.
Unreasonable. But you watched Predator 1 and 2?
Yeah.
And are you a big Predator 2 guy? Because I've only ever watched it once and had folks be negative about it to me.
Would I say I'm a
That's your
Predator
answer.
2 guy? No.
Did I enjoy it from both a nostalgic point of view and this is dumb, but it's dumb fun? Yes.
Did you see it in the movie theater when you were a young lad?
That was probably a VHS watch back in the day.
Okay.
And then again, most recently on streaming. We just watched it just recently.
It's on Disney.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's Disney's Predator. Well, here's a question. Can we argue, without spoiling, did this Predator movie go hard enough?
I'd say yeah.
I think it worked, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I get, because honestly, watching the first two, there's gore, and the worst part is, the most gory part is like the skinned bodies, but like the kills themselves, a lot of them are sort of off camera and not especially gruesome.
But they
per
did
se.
that because of filmmaking, not because of like them being prudes or something like that. It's like it's easier to make stuff happen off of camera is kind of how I remember the movie. I haven't rewatched Arnie's Predator
I mean, it was still more gory, certainly, than this most recent one.
because of the blood, or
Yeah,
Okay.
for the most part. There was also less nudity in the most recent one than in Predator 2.
Oh, there's naked ladies in Predator 2, isn't there?
Yeah.
It doesn't stick out in my head. I'll turn to Nick. Nick,
Yeah.
have you seen Predator 2?
I have, and now I remember
The naked ladies.
Yeah, I remember
Oh.
like I vaguely they're up in like a penthouse or something, and just like I'm like okay, whatever. That doesn't really fit. But
If I saw it not on TV,
Yeah.
I would have rented the disc, and it would have been around the time either Requiem, Alien vs. Predator, Requiem. I know they weren't good, but I saw them both, and it helped get me to go back in the 2000s and rewatch all the Aliens and rewatch all the Predators, because those were coming out when I was a teen.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, all these things are on DVD now. Now I can go see them. I'd seen Predator on VHS at like, I don't know, somewhere between 11 and 14 when it's like the perfect time to see that kind of thing. We've had Ryan Beckett in here, and he's preached that, like, yeah, I showed my sons that when they were like 5 and 8, and they were like, hell yeah, Dad, and you know, that's. I thought about that a little bit. If I had had boys instead of girls, would I be like, you know, scaring them that way? Although my girls are kind of. You brought your daughters, so the 13-year-old, not nonplussed by the violence. Did they
In this
enjoy
one,
it?
she does not like violence and other things.
Okay.
So
The other Predator movies?
my youngest daughter did not see the other Predator
No,
movies.
okay. See none of the other Predator
She would
movies?
not. No, she would not have been into that at all.
Okay. Did the 17-year-old see the other Predator movies?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what was the conversation? Like, how old? I'm asking for myself now.
Yeah.
How old are they when you're like, it's time for you to see the Predator? Because I've thought about showing, like, my kids Alien, because you don't see much, you know, till later.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the kid. I mean, they're different, and I know, like, when I was younger, I didn't like a lot of violent stuff, so if I'd have seen something like that when I was 5, that would not have been a good experience for me.
Oh, okay.
But it just kind of depends, and, like, I'm less concerned about profanity and
Sure.
just, like, nudity per se, I'm not particularly worried about, but, like, there's a certain taste and aspect of it that I'd be more concerned about.
Yeah,
You know, it's
like,
all kind of relative. Like,
sure. I won't show my kids some of the Transformer movies because I don't want the
well, that's just because
the way women are used in that. That makes
Yeah.
me uncomfortable.
yeah, for sure.
And,
well,
like-
plus they're just really bad, so you wouldn't want to subject your child to that.
Well, Bumblebee is great. If you've why would you have seen Bumblebee? It's the prequel to the Michael Bay ones. It's directed by somebody
Is
else.
it?
yeah.
I
Yes.
thought they
I
had
mean-
nothing to do with them.
It takes place in the 80s. Well,
Technically, it doesn't have
they all
anything to
take
do.
place in the same Transformers universe. Like, don't all the Predator
Yeah,
movies
but then
take place?
they do. I thought it exists with the the latest one, Beast, Rise of the Beast or something. Isn't that the continuity that they're going with? Not.
Those are prequel
Michael Bay's?
continuity because it's
No
80s and
way.
90s, and the Transformers movies take place in
Alright.
the 2000s to 2010s. I'm sure. Comment below this video with your strong opinions about Transformers. Sorry. What was the first Predator movie you saw in a movie theater? Was it Alien versus Predator? Because it was just, you know,
Honestly, it probably was.
damn.
I maybe saw one of the. I mean, in general, they're all pretty bad. Let's get real. Like, none of them are that good. The original is a classic, but it's not great.
Wait, but you don't see it as an allegory for foreign intervention and possibly like a commentary on the Vietnam movies of the 80s?
I mean, possibly, but I don't know that anybody involved with it was that deep.
Yeah, name other Vietnam movies of the 80s, because I.
Platoon, Full Metal Jacket. Those came out in the 80s. I know Platoon came out in the 80s.
Yeah, that was 86. And Full Metal Jacket was 87.
And like it's, you know, military men on a military mission in the jungle. So like that's kind of a certain type
Not
of
just
movie.
Vietnam. In the jungle, wow.
No, I
I forget what they're
understand
doing
that-
in Predator.
I know
Like,
what
why
you're
are they in the
saying.
jungle in Predator? I forget.
Aren't they in South America?
I think they are in South America.
Yeah, because that's what we were doing in the 80s is we were going and screwing up South America because we were done with Southeast Asia some point in the 70s.
I don't remember exactly why they went there, but I know like there was a helicopter. They were going in there to try to
Get through the chopper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping that that would be like the catchphrase for all the Predator movies that there'd be at least one get to the chopper, but no.
They said they were
Sadly.
throwing them around on prey, like get to the how do we like get to the horse to get to Hopper or something like? How
That's
could
terrible.
we do? I'm telling you, Dan Trachtenberg in an interview I listened to today said that was discussed. How about Prey versus Badlands? Does someone want to take a side there?
I'd probably go Badlands.
Ooh,
I think I liked Prey, but I don't remember it all that well.
yeah.
I feel like this one was different enough. I mean, I think they're both pretty decent, better than probably all of them except for the first one, perhaps.
Dan Trachtenberg has made the most good Predator movies.
Yeah.
Because there
Definitely.
are 2 Predator movies, then there's 2 crossovers that blow, then there was Robert Rodriguez, directed by Nimrod, and I still think that one's very strong. Nick disagrees with me, thinks The Predator is good.
I don't think I ever said Predators isn't strong.
You just like The Predator.
I remember liking it, but I never watched it again.
Yeah.
And Prey, The Predator. I think I just like the sense of humor in it. I mean, I wasn't I'm not enough into Predator where I'm going to be pissed off they didn't do this thing right, or it was just I found it to be entertaining. I didn't sit and watch it all the time. I mean, I had free what do you call it? Introductory HBO at the time where you just have HBO playing in the background, and there's that piece of the Predator, and there's the other piece, and
you
eventually
didn't see it for your bachelor party, and then
no, I did not.
No. Okay.
No, it's funny. The humor reminded me of the Nice Guys.
Well, yeah. It's the
So
same thing.
I know. So I'm and I had just been watching that recently. So I'm I was fine with it.
That's fair.
It's hard. They're so different, the two of them, Predators and the Predator. I don't know how you compare them, really.
They're the 2010s Predator movies. That's the only way you could. And now we are lucky to live in the 2020s Predator movies, and we've already gotten more than we got in the 2010s. And
they're better.
100%. Did you watch Killer of Killers?
Yes.
Okay. And
that was probably the best.
Okay? You think Killer of Killers is the best, and they couldn't make that as live action because it would cost so much more than this did. You didn't see Killer of Killers?
I did not, but don't worry about.
Yeah, I'm
spoiling.
not. And I was there with you.
We did a commentary about it. Yeah,
that's right. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I did rewatch Killer of Killers and Prey before I saw Badlands, which I would have just done because I was excited for Badlands, but I've been managing my excitement.
Okay.
And I want to say Prey is better than Badlands because it deals with Native Americans and having a whole version of it that's dubbed, but I don't actually care in that way, and I'd just be saying it to sound correct about something I truly don't care about or represent. I did like that movie. I think I also like Badlands better, unfortunately. Anyone want to argue for Prey?
No, my answer was going to be
Badlands. I thought what I like about Prey is the protagonist.
A young female Native American character, because too many action movies have I think it's far more interesting to have somebody like that than a Arnold Schwarzenegger muscly bro going up against it. I think it's far more interesting to have someone who's not inherently, someone who a fighter. I guess her character was, as I recall, but it's just more interesting, I think, to have a not a typical person be the main protagonist against.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is not a typical person.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've ever looked at the man.
Typical action.
I know what you meant.
Character,
Did you know there was a gun that only Arnold Schwarzenegger could carry around on the Predator set? Because he's so strong, he big man.
I did not know that.
He becomes the governor. Do you realize how many governors were in Predator?
Yeah, there's a lot of governors.
It's just 2, isn't it?
Yeah, but how many other movies have 2 governors in them?
That's a strong point. I was going to make some joke about cars.
It's probably the most governors in any movie ever.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm glad we've... do your Jesse Ventura impression.
Oh, I can't just do it.
You can't just...
I'm still working on
I'm
it.
in Mexico making my house in a way that I don't have to... And we're going to get to a Jesse Ventura impression before we get to I could do that much better than you, Jesse. I could build a house, but I don't have to build one in Mexico because, What's you have a Jesse? Because I stole your Jesse.
Well, I stole it from Will Sasso, but I'm still stealing it. I'm not as good as Will Sasso yet.
Yeah, Will Sasso isn't here.
Well, yeah, but
okay.
I'll have to work on it.
I threw both mine out, but did you grow up doing Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions, or Jesse?
Did I? No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
And okay, well, I can fight the woman protagonist thing. These movies are cousins to Alien, and Alien's famous for its female protagonists,
I guess so.
both in the prequel trilogy. Wait, really?
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, Ripley only appears in most of them, so they don't really have any other female protagonists except the latest one in Romulus. I forget her name.
Prometheus. Numi Rapace plays it, and you've got the captain.
Oh right, yeah.
Charlize Theron is the captain. And she
No.
doinks dudes much younger than her.
I thought Idris Elba was the captain. She's
no,
not the captain.
Doesn't Idris die and then she becomes the captain or something like that?
No.
In
I
Prometheus?
don't think so.
Okay, let's have the argument of, is this a good alien movie? Because this movie arguably has to take place in the... It's not a spoiler to say that a Weyland-Yutani robot is in the movie. We won't say if there's anything else from Alien in this movie, but it's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer. They've been saying this is a Weyland-Yutani synth. And that also helps place this movie in the timeline for us post when Weyland and Yutani have merged.
Plus, Elle Fanning gives birth to an engineer at the end.
This is the non-spoiler section.
Did you see Alien Romulus, just to get that out of the way?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
So you know that one makes a connection to Prometheus, and I'm not saying why. You can go watch that episode if you want. Wait, do you remember the end of Alien Prometheus?
Romulus?
Yeah. Okay.
But
Romulus, sorry, yes.
there's one good Aliens movie, or one good Alien movie.
Do you only think Alien is the only good Alien movie?
No. Aliens is one of the finest movies made of all time. Alien is also excellent. So I'd say there's two good movies.
What I don't like about Aliens is that it's not in the tone of the other Alien movies.
Fair.
And then the Aliens, what is it like? The logic isn't exactly this. They're dumber in Aliens, and I'm a fan of the remake of 3, or the special edition where they like put more scenes back into 3, and some of it was like I was about to say, it's a Ridley Scott movie, but it's like it's not a Ridley Scott movie. It's a Fincher movie. It's interesting. Here's a question: this guy Dan Trachtenberg, he's made 4 movies, and directed the pilot of The Boys. Do we want to see him making these movies for the next 5 to 10 years, or do you hope that he's able to make a not sci-fi movie? Because his only other movie is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Anyone see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I liked it.
That's pretty
It was
good.
the best one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was the best one.
Yes.
I probably prefer he'd do some other stuff too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But he wants to do Avengers for Predator universe.
What?
But I mean, he's making the
the Alien Predator cinematic universe, or just
Is
the
he?
Predator cinematic universe.
Well,
Yeah, mostly Predator. No, there's no alien. In
there's Weyland
Predator.
Yutani. You just don't know
Yeah,
if
but
an
how
alien's
much?
gonna
How
show
much
up.
of Alien do you need so that it qualifies as an alien movie?
Well, maybe he could get us
The
a good
xenomorph
Alien
has to show up, right?
versus Predator movie.
There's good stories in the Alien versus Predator because there's a story that goes along with one of the video games or something like that. I have one of the novels, but it's like this thick. I haven't read it. It's like as thick as a Dune book, and I bought it thinking it was a comic book, and then realized I was dumb. and it's like, oh no, it's just words I have to read.
No pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kept me from going that far. How do we feel about just robots in general? Are you like afraid of robots? Because this is a movie with robots, and the robots are really nice, which I didn't care for. Or at least one of the robots is like has
I would
emotions.
say they're a lot more sophisticated than just robots, but I don't know what the right word would
Androids.
be. Yeah, androids. They're
Well, like David in Prometheus and in Alien Covenant. This
yeah,
movie
but they
has a
weren't
lot
that
of
interesting.
for me.
I think this robot with this android is a lot more interesting than David, whoever his name was
When he
in Prometheus.
plays the flute and the other guy does the
says
fingering,
yeah, that was
Alien
great.
Covenant. You don't remember this? They're playing the
vaguely,
flute.
I just remember those movies were so bad that I just didn't.
Yeah,
really,
blocked them out.
Okay, this is a point of contention. Why are they bad? Because I think that is the popular thing to say.
Because they ruined the backstory of the xenomorph. There's way too much.
Yeah, and it's
We
just
know too much now.
All the characters behave in completely illogical ways that it just makes you you just spend the whole time going why are they doing that? It just makes
Excuse me,
it.
doctor, but couldn't they be going through some form of mania from being out in
Yeah.
space and then being put in a life or death situation where we expect people to react a certain way if they were forced with their mortal coil being.
And also, it just the whole idea of the this like the black goo and like it's like why and what, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mean anything. It's like
worse than midichlorians.
Trying to like make this backstory that doesn't need to be told, that doesn't even make sense with what happens after it, and I mean it's just so bad.
Isn't there also a full-grown baby-sized xenomorph that comes out of an egg? Am I misremembering that?
There's the one that comes out of her at the end, but it's like a
She hops into a
no, I remember that.
an abortion chamber that
and
like
she gets
aborts the
like
baby.
and it does a surgery and staples her shut, and she gets out and runs out of there like
No problem.
That's medically possible, isn't it?
No, I mean like it's just event after event that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it was beautiful. Like the cinematography and the effects were outstanding, but it was just so like you didn't know why anybody was doing what. It didn't make any sense at all, and why. Like
maybe if you were more Catholic like Ridley Scott, I can't justify it. I can only say that in Alien Covenant, what I liked is two people were having sex, and then an alien came and shot its tongue thing through the back of one of their head and in through the other one, and that's one of my favorite alien kills. So for me, Alien Covenant, worth it owning.
Great
it on
movie
4K.
for that one sex scene. Yeah.
Yeah, the one sex scene where they through the back of the head and out.
Wow.
Back then they're having.
Could you call that a
sex.
threesome?
What?
Could you technically call that a threesome?
I think
There is penetration.
I would say yes. That's threesome. So I am like very much uncomfortable with robots. And did you see? It relates to how robots are used in this movie. Like with no humans, even the Yautja, which I think this is the first time Yautja has been used in one of the movies.
maybe I honestly don't know.
I don't know
They
either,
might
yeah.
have used it in Alien vs. Predator. I don't remember, and it might have been written but not said.
Yeah.
And it's been used in the books and video games for a while. Fourth Farx, Ben Farx, told us that the first time he realized Yautja was a thing was when they had a Predator as a Mortal Kombat character. And in Mortal Kombat, it was referred to as Yautja. You've never played any of the Predator or Alien video games, I'm guessing. Are you a video game player?
I've played some of the Alien games.
Okay, but not the ones where they fight each other.
I don't think so.
I think they're real-time strategy games.
Way back in the day, I think there was a like online shooter or a first-person shooter that was like Aliens versus Predator, and you could be an alien, a predator, or a marine.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
This is back in like the 90s, so it was pretty rough and not very good. And I did try playing with the most recent one. That was on one of the more recent ones on PC. That was like a squad-based thing, and it seemed like it would be good, but it just wasn't that good.
Okay.
I've always have high hopes for them, but they never seem to be good. So
I'm not a video game player. Either of you played the? Okay. No. Okay. So you knew the most of all of us. Great guest. So I'll come at this movie a completely different way.
Wait, did you finish your fear about robots? What's your fear
Well,
about
I was going to
robots?
bring up Alien Earth, and none of you saw Alien Earth, right?
I saw like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
So
same
you know that
too.
the concept is that there's synths that are all synthetic. There are androids that are partially synthetic. Is that your parole officer?
No, it's
No,
a good
it's a
idea,
reminder.
Bill. What are you talking about?
What?
It's the
Yeah,
good
it's a
idea,
but-
Bill.
Well, because I'm making a good distinction about like synths, cyborgs, because cyborgs have it, and then there's body of synth that you can put human consciousness into, but can you?
Uh-huh.
And that's why, like, just after coming off of this to now have Weyland-Yutani robots, because in Alien Earth, we're dealing with Weyland, and it's a Yutani ship that's crashed into a Weyland space after the Earth has been divided into 5 kingdoms based on which corporate entity won, basically. That's why I'm afraid of robots. Coming at the movie a completely different way. Did I hit it?
I still don't understand how that correlates with being afraid of robots. Because they're mega corporations own these robots?
Mega corporations are developing soulless
Automatons?
automatons that, as this movie says, they only put feelings in so that they could better work with humans. and I don't know if that always works.
Did they specify the better work of humans? I thought it was better to work with the animals that they come across on these planets, so they can relate to it some ways.
You may be correct, because
Yeah.
that was the part I heard again today, and I was like, trying to grapple with that. Would that work as like somebody who deals with humans and their weird, ways they react? Like, I don't think you could program ones and zeros to act illogically.
Illogically?
Well, I guess you could. Here's a better question: are human reactions, things, emotions? Are they? Do they follow a logic that we can? Like you've been trained for many years. There must be some logic to this, the way people is and are.
Yeah, I mean,
If you think about it from a biological or evolutionary standpoint, like the emotions, we have them because of some evolutionary purpose. And in theory, if you could simulate a human brain with enough granular detail, like down to the molecules in the atoms, in theory you could simulate the emotions just as you would in a biological brain, in theory.
You'd have to get lymph node paths to all fire at the same time, right? Though, no, or
like what?
well, isn't it you say the brain?
Yeah.
Aren't there just lymph nodes or something that fire
well, neurons,
neurons? Sure.
Yeah, each nerve cell, in theory. I mean, I forget how many there are, but there's billions of connections within the brain. Like, if we had the ability to simulate that exactly, which we don't, in theory you could... yes. In theory, one could simulate the actual human brain, in theory.
I'm gonna bring it back to the beginning. He went to the movie with his wife, his 2 daughters. Another way this movie kind of struck me with the robot and the monster is the robot was a metaphor for women and the monster was a metaphor for men and them relating to each other. It was kind of like I saw the movie being interpreted that way, like boys see the world this way. Hack and slash. This curious,
No,
I'm
not gonna...
you don't accept this
No.
as fine, you
I don't
cannot accept it. I can see it's being grappled with by some other folks.
Well, my wife and I did have a discussion afterwards. We're trying to was there something more deep going on here? Were there any metaphors for anything? Was there anything that you could sort of multiple layers here? And we came up with nothing. So that's maybe.
I will bring up a specific scene at the campfire in the spoiler section of why I felt that way, and I walked away from it that way. Also, the nurturing of the robot for an entity that comes into the narrative is a cute thing, if you will. That to me also read as, I can see my 5-year-old daughters watching this at some point, and if they were able to get past that thing would, they'd be a little bit interested, I think.
Well, should we just hop into the spoilers then? Because I think that would be pretty spoilers to say what happens.
I want to make sure that anything that you were thinking, you didn't see any deeper metaphors in it?
No, there is just one other thing, but I think I should go into the
spoiler
section. Yeah.
Do we want to do any ranking before we pop out of here? Of
the last
Predator,
3
what are the
or
best,
all of them?
Do any of the last 3 beat the first one?
Yeah, I'd say so for my list.
Yes, from you.
Yeah.
You're struggling with it, David.
Well, because if you just take them if you were just to subject someone to watching them right now and to say, right now, how would you rate these films? I don't think the first one would hold up all that well.
No.
But if you put it in context of when it came out and what it started and that sort of thing, then you would probably rank it higher.
I mean, it'd probably be number 4 out of the last 3 movies I saw recently with Predator.
I think Predators would rank higher.
Predators?
I genuinely think thoughtful people who like movies and don't have nostalgia for this would struggle with, well, Prey, Badlands, and Predators, these are all very enjoyable movies that are taking the same IP from wildly different angles. Whereas the first 2 is an 80s movie, and the second one came out in the 90s?
90, yeah, it came out.
Oh, okay, 3 years later. I knew you'd know.
I know all the years. I at least know that.
You didn't see any of them in the theater, did you?
No.
Is this the first Predator movie you've seen in a movie theater?
Yeah.
Holy... We can end it on that.
Well, I mean, technically, Prey and Killer of Killers didn't go into theaters, so
I
of course you
would.
wouldn't see it, yeah.
And we all watched Prey here at my house 3 years ago. I remember it.
Yeah, that was a great time. Well, let the hunt continue in our spoilers segment. We'll see you there.
The
Bye-bye.
hunt continue.
Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.